All right. So I've been traveling in India now for about 3 months, just over 3 months, and a lot of people ask me a lot of questions about India. What's it like? Um, what's there to do? What are the people like? So I'm going to split this up into a few different videos, probably about three. And we're going to start with this first one. And this first one is going to be things that you should know before coming. Because India is a beautiful country with beautiful people, beautiful things to see. But there is some things that one would want to know. I would have liked to have known before I came, just for the preparation of the culture shock, because there are some things here that are quite different. And the first one I'm going to go with is traveling. Okay? To do anything in India, if you are impatient, just so you're clear, it takes a long time to go anywhere. We're talking hours to travel, like let's say at sometimes maybe 20 miles, or in their case, they go by kilometers, about 14 kilometers at sometimes will take you 2.5 hours, 3 hours to get to. Within the same city. I've been in Mumbai, and there's times where it's taken me about 2 hours to get from one end to the other. If you're riding on the train, be prepared for the extreme culture shock of riding on the train in India. The metro trains, the doors do not close, nor do they have air conditioning. They have windows that are open, and they have doors that are open. And you will see people hanging out the doors. This is a normal thing in India. Don't ask me why. They like the thrill. It's fun to them. However, so be aware of that. Also be aware that they are extremely overcrowded. And that's going to bring me to my second one, which is going to be privacy or your own space. There is no such thing as personal space in India. Okay? So don't expect it. People will sit down like on top of you, literally. If you're sitting there and you're reading a text message in your phone, they will sit there and read it with you. That is the thing here. This is just like India. It can be very annoying. So be prepared for that too. The other thing is food, but I'll make a whole different video on that. Food is extremely hot here in most cases. And when I say hot, I mean spicy. We're talking about like hot, Scoville scale, like the highest, like hot. The food that you get in the States is not reflecting of what you will get in India. It will be hot, so prepare yourself for that. And the green things that look like green beans are not green beans. Those are green chilies. I found that out the hard way. And they will burn the hell out of your mouth, and they will leave your mouth numb, and you will literally feel high from eating those peppers if you eat too many of them by accident. And the other thing I would say is the noise. Be prepared for noise, because it is noisy everywhere you will go in most cases. Horns honk all the time. In a lot of my videos, you've probably heard random horns honking, truck horns, car horns, scooter horns, rickshaw horns. Everybody's honking a horn absolutely for no reason. Another thing I will say, on to the next one, is when you're crossing the street, if you're crossing the street, look both ways. It doesn't matter if it's a one-way street, look both ways, because they do not believe in going the right way on a one-way. You will see on a regular basis where they will go up the wrong way. So if you're crossing the street, look both ways. Also, and this is on to the next one, there are a lot of scammers. You will come across rickshaw drivers that will try to rip you off. You will come across taxi cab drivers that try to rip you off. You will come across store merchants that try to rip you off. The police will rip you off. Yes, the police. They got me for 5,000 rupees. So you have to be very careful. And if you're not familiar with traveling in India, I have some friends here, and I would tell them some things, and they're like, "No, I bought an umbrella for 500 rupees. I thought I was getting a deal." And we're under the rain one day, and they're like, "Oh, we love your umbrella. Where'd you get it from?" They thought I bought it in the States. I said, "I bought it around the corner." They said, "Really? How much you pay for it?" 500 rupees. They started laughing because it should have been 125 rupees. In most cases, there will be a label on almost every item, and it'll tell you how many rupees it costs. So always, if you can find the price on there, go by that. They will try to jack it up, like if you're buying fruit, anything. Once they know you're a foreigner, they will try to jack that price up. Same thing with the police. If they know you're a foreigner, they will do some trifling things to you, have you scared to death that you're going to go to jail, and tell you, "But we won't take you if you give us money." And this is a fact. It happened to me. The bus. You need to be careful even on the bus. I had a bus driver. The guy that prints the tickets tried to rip me off. That's a story for another day. So just be mindful that you cannot trust everyone here. There is a lot of friendly people. It's a beautiful country with beautiful people, but a lot of them will try to get you. And the last one I will leave you with is to be prepared for the unexpected. If you're traveling by train, because like I said, everything takes a long time. If you're walking, there is just random things that will happen. Some of the roads, you have to be just very mindful of where you're stepping and pay attention, because you might fall into a hole. All right. And I will make another video on some other tips for you traveling in India. Good night.